It's time to live your stronger life. Hey, I'm Sammy, physio coach and nutritionist, and your hype girl for creating your stronger life. Here, we ditch the quick fixes and build real strength inside and out. So whether you're here to tone up, drop the body fat, build muscle, mental resilience, or ditch the diet culture, or just feel bloody good in your skin, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. So do you want to know why you're not lean yet? And it's not because your metabolism is broken and your hormones are not sabotaging you. Biology didn't forget to work for you, and you cannot deny the law of thermodynamics, which is how you drop body fat. Getting lean is simple, but simple is not the same as easy. So let's talk about it. In this episode, I want to, give you the truth about getting lean, the hard truths that no one wants to hear, but things that you actually need to understand if you actually want to get lean and learn to maintain it at the same time. You have to learn to accept these truths. Okay, hard truth number 1. It's going to take longer than you want. Here's what most women get wrong. They think lean is a few weeks away. Genuine, sustainable leanness that you can maintain most of the year round takes months, sometimes years, depending on where you're starting. And sometimes you're not going to achieve that all in one go. You may need to, get a bit done, get a bit of fat loss done, learn to maintain it, build some muscle up, and then go again. And each time you go again, you're able to maintain it better and hold a leaner physique each time. And I've competed many times and I've been disgustingly lean. And even then, I'll tell you, that amount of consistent time that took was nowhere near what people assume from the outside. It takes so much longer. Our comp preps alone take 6 months or more, and they are extreme dieting. We push it to go hard and fast because we don't intend to maintain it. As soon as we get comp lean, you get in, you get the job done, and you come up to a healthier body fat level. And most women, 99% of women, cannot handle a comp prep. It is very, very, very extreme for the 1%ers. And so that approach is not going to work for most women. It will backfire and cause much more issues. The women who go, comp prep ruined everything for me, are the women that should never have done a comp prep in the first place. If it destroys your relationship with food or your body, you shouldn't have done a comp prep in the first place. You weren't in a healthy position to do it. But even for us who can, lock in, get the job done, it's still like 6+ months of a comp prep phase to get lean enough this stage. And most women cannot lock in at that level of discipline and extremeness, and they shouldn't either. They don't need to, and they shouldn't. So if that take for a competition, and being 110% dialed in every single day of that prep and every single day of the year, really, and that still takes 6 months, it's probably going to take you longer than a couple of weeks to lose 10 kilos. Yeah. So it's going to take you longer than you think. And if you're doing everything right and it's taking longer than you hoped, that's just how long it takes. If you are purely in a fat loss phase, and you're moving pretty decently, 0.5 to 1% per week of your body weight is the speed that you should go. Any faster, and you are going to start losing more muscle than body fat. Any slower, and you may get a little bit like, this is taking forever. But that's okay. That is okay. It's actually, I would rather you go slower with some frequent breaks in the midst than go too fast, hit a brick wall, rebound, and then put all the weight back on again and some. But the hard truth is it's going to take longer than you think, and that is okay. And you do not have to do it all in one go, and you probably shouldn't do it all in one go. Hard truth number 2, it requires being uncomfortable sometimes. Not miserable. You're not always going to be starving, and you do not have to be extreme like you're in a comp prep, but uncomfortable. Yes. A calorie deficit means being a little hungry sometimes. Training hard means sometimes your sessions are going to suck and you're not going to want to do it. And staying consistent on a bad week means doing it anyways. If this is feeling effortless every single day, something's probably off, because getting lean, like really lean, requires some level of discomfort, and that's just true. And the secret to being able to keep doing it on those days is you suck it up and you get the job done, and you don't let your emotions drive your decisions. You accept that a bit of discomfort is normal because you're trying to push your body beyond something that it just naturally sits at. You're trying to push it beyond its comfort zone. It's going to be uncomfortable, and that's a good thing. If you can overcome anything uncomfortable, you're going to feel like a superwoman on the other side of it. Okay, hard truth number 3. There is no secret you're missing. Like, what am I missing? Look, 9 times out of 10, you're not missing anything. in the sense of you've got the fundamentals there, but you need to dial in the fundamentals. It's not just the basics. You just have to do the basics correctly and consistently for long enough. Hit your macros accurately. Adjust them as you need to. Don't go down to the lowest calories possible. Like, have your macros properly set up for you consistently, accurately, 7 out of 7 days, not 5 days and then, the weekend's a bit busy, I don't track on the weekends. No, 7 out of 7 days, as best as you absolutely can. The more accurate you are, the more consistent and effective your results are going to be. Training, not just, the days that I feel like it, or work was a bit busy, so I missed the gym. It's, work was a bit busy, so I had to do a half a session, but I still got a bit done and I pushed as hard as I bloody could in the time that I had available. That works. Sleep as best as you can. Prioritize it. Protect your sleep and recovery. Stress and sleep is so underrated for the impact it has on your body. Like, most women will achieve phenomenal results without changing their calories, without changing their training, just improving their sleep and recovery. You'd be so surprised. And drinking your water. Yes, you do need more than 1 liter of water a day. You need like 3 to 4 plus, especially if you're training. But you just do those things over and over and over and over again, and that is it. There is no secret sauce. It is just do the hard work consistently for long enough. And this is where most women mess it up. They keep searching for the missing piece instead of accepting the pieces they already have just needs more accuracy, time, and consistency. Hard truth number 4, motivation's gonna run out, but your systems don't. You will not feel motivated most days. That's normal. In fact, training today, I literally was like, maybe I could just skip it today and do it tomorrow. And I was like, no. My plan is today. Shut up and get it done, Samantha. Literally had to have that talk to myself. And I have to do that quite a number of days. I'm not always motivated. That is normal. That is everyone. But the women who get lean aren't the most motivated people. They're the ones who built a routine that doesn't rely on motivation to function. Momentum is like a train, and it's always hardest right at the start, but once you're moving, it takes less energy to keep going than you think. Have your systems, have your structure, have your routine, go on autopilot, get the job done. The women who are lean and stay lean all year long do not let emotions drive their decisions. They just do the work that is required of them. And even if it means they have to be a little flexible about it, maybe they have to, it's not perfect, but they still get the job done and they do the absolute best they can. And none of it comes from a place of emotion. It's just about getting it done. Okay, practical application. What do you actually do with all of this? So the best option, commit to the full plan, tracking, training, sleep, for a minimum of 12 weeks before you start to judge your results. A better option is commit to at least a couple of the basics that you can control consistently. Think tracking your calories and your protein, training hard and consistently, even if everything else isn't perfect. And good, just don't quit this week. That's it. That's the whole ask. Just keep freaking going, even if it's not perfect, because every little drop in the ocean still contributes to the ocean. And so every little action that you can take that is the correct action to help drive progress is going to drive the progress, as long as it is the correct action. Which means, focusing on your nutrition, your training, or your water, not going, I started this new supplement, I heard this will do better. No, focus on the basics, focus on the biggest levers. Forget about the tiny little granulars that are just really not going to have any impact if your fundamentals are not there. You can't put icing on a cake if you haven't baked the cake. Getting lean is hard. Just accept it. You're going to feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. If it takes longer than you think, that is fine. You probably have a bit of unrealistic expectations about how short of a timeline and how much you can get done in that short timeline versus how much you could actually achieve if you just kept bloody going and stopped worrying about your timeline. And getting lean was never about finding the easy way. It's about deciding you're willing to do the hard, boring, consistent thing for long enough that it actually works. And that is the whole secret that nobody wanted to tell you because it doesn't sell. Boring, consistent progress over and over and over again. So if you needed permission to stop looking for the shortcut, stop looking for the quick fixes, stop looking for the specialty fad diet that's suddenly going to melt the belly fat. It's not. It's the same shit. It doesn't matter what your goal is. It doesn't matter if you have 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 10 kilos, 20 kilos, 50 kilos to lose. The whole process does not change. It does not matter if you are using medications to support you. It doesn't matter if you've had weight loss surgery. It doesn't matter if you're all natural. The whole process does not change. They are all extra resources that are floating around you that have nothing to do with the baseline process that you have to do. So There is no shortcut. There never was. And you know what? It doesn't feel good unless you've worked hard for it, right? You always feel a little bit better when you've worked hard for something. 1% better every day. It is still the answer, even on the hard days and especially on the hard days. So send this to a friend who is always complaining about it's taking too long and I just can never do it and blah, 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 all that, out of love I'm saying all this, but I hope it helps. And of course, if it does, come shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please rate, review and subscribe. And I'd love if you shared this on your Instagram and tag me Sammy_livestrong. And if you'd like to learn more about my coaching and join the Project Livestrong family, please message me Livestrong on Instagram and I'll see how I can help. I'll see you next time.